Okay, very interesting topic today. The origin of inspiration and where does inspiration actually originate from? And it's a very nice topic to go deep into. The major point of this is that there are different things that we do. A lot of our time is spent either doing things for desire, which is based on um, culture, society, and other people have told that that is the right way to live, or out of fear that we always feel like, oh, I have to create a legacy so that I can live forever. It's all fear of death and fear of other things, and out of those fears, we do a lot of things. And that's where in middle inspiration is, and how to recognize that. That's what the point of this particular video is. And when we go deep into inspiration, before knowing what inspiration is, we have to know what it's not, and how we are interchanging a lot of other terms like motivation and desires with inspiration. So let's go first into what inspiration is not. It's not motivation. Okay, inspiration is not motivation. Every time you do something or start something which is short lived in nature, that was motivation. You saw this particular video on YouTube or Instagram or somewhere that motivated you to, let's say, start lifting weights. And if I meet you after a year and you're not lifting weight, that was motivation, because it was actual innocent desire or innocent inspiration. You would be sticking to it, you would be doing it for a long time. And I'm not saying that if you're not able to do that, that's a wrong thing. Maybe there is some other physical activity or sport or walking that is natural to you, so you will fall back to your defaults no matter how much you try. So all this idea of asking people advice, taking people's advice, and I'm not saying taking people advice as in like take my advice or take anyone else's word for it. It's just that any, even the best of the best motivational books or YouTube videos, it's not meant for everyone. It's meant for like maybe 2% of the readers and 2% of the people who heard it and got inspired to do that. And rest, everyone will fall back to their defaults. So that's what motivation is, that it is short-lived in nature. There is nothing called actually being inspired or getting inspired. You don't do that. Like, there is nothing that can inspire you to do something, an external source or something. Sometimes it shows you a path which creates a desire which was already underlying inside you, and that desire can be a big part. That could be your innocence desire towards something, but not motivation. That's what the idea is, that motivation, I'm not saying motivation as a negative term, but you won't require it if it's something that inspires you to do. Like, if doing something is your inspiration, you won't stick with motivation. There is nothing called discipline for you. Discipline is another term that people thought that if I do something regularly for years altogether, that's discipline. No, that's actually mind seeing another activity. They saw someone doing something for regularly and they called it discipline. But that person was having fun while doing that. That's why the person stick. And if it's not your natural default, like lifting weights, you wouldn't do that because that's not your default. So one thing you can say is that if you are someone who don't like cooking, and I give you a lot of podcasts and books about cooking, it's not your default and you wouldn't stick to reading those. And something that pulls you naturally, any kind of podcast you feel like listening is like about that, maybe cooking, maybe entrepreneurship, maybe that's your default, and maybe that's where you need to go towards. So yeah, that's what the major difference between motivation and inspiration is. Okay, desire versus inspiration. Desire is usually about end result. It's about having or achieving or reaching, or the end result, any end result. It's about acquiring. So desire is I want more money, or I want to have this much money. That's desire. I want to make more money. I want to get into the process of earning more. is inspiration. So, inspiration is about doing, and desire is about reaching somewhere where society, culture, or anyone have told you that this is the ideal place to be and this is what the path you need to take. And inspiration is something where you just want to do it, and that is something that comes to you naturally, and that is something where being on that path will look tough to others and will look almost effortless to you. So something that is effortless, that could be inspiration. Something that is not created by society, culture, uh, or any prescription made based methods like how to do this, how to do that, 10 steps to achieve this. Those are all desires. And when it comes to you naturally, when it even if it doesn't come to you naturally, source can be outside, but if it comes to you, let's say via a podcast, and then you just cannot stop thinking about it and you really feel moved towards doing that, that's inspiration, and that's worth fighting for. So what is inspiration exactly? It's the flow of your natural actions without any external spark. It's a particular flow in the moment where you are in the cocoon of that moment, where there is no past that exists, there is no future that exists. All you're doing is not about end goal or end desire. You are having so much fulfillment, peace, and happiness doing it. It's like meditation to you, and that's what inspiration is. Like, inspiration usually takes you towards things which are meant for you, and when we talk about this particular thing, that purpose, usually when people talk about purpose, they start talking about end result. My purpose is to employ 1,000 people or feed 10,000 families and all. My purpose is to donate this much and all. And this is all the games of mind where desire is playing just another role. Inspiration is very innocent in nature. It The only thing you can tell about it is that I felt like doing it, I was moved towards doing it, and I just did it. And that's what inspiration is. Like, if you're drowning in water, um, or even in swimming pool or lake, you won't look for motivation or inspiration. It just, your body itself will be moved towards that. And you can say it's like the strongest magnet in the world, which just pulls you towards something, and you just do it. Like, there is no purpose or end result or number of subscribers or likes that you're doing it for. It's just that it's natural to you. You cannot stop doing anything other than thinking about it, and that just consumes you completely. And when you're doing it, you're really consumed in that moment, and that's what inspiration is. It's the natural flow of things without any external spark. Okay, so let's see that what does neuroscience says, that where does inspiration come from? And neuroscience says that it just arises in you from unknown or void, and it just comes to you when you are at rest, when you are jogging, when your brain is less stimulated, when it could be, the reason could be, not for sure, the culture, the society, your previous knowledge and memories about things, and it could be a lot of things. And they majorly says that brain network plus dopamine is equal to inspiration. So you are taking a shower and you were in silence, and all of the sudden your brain needed a dopamine, and it just created another thought in your mind that if I do this, it'll be really good for me, and I really feel like doing this. So that's what neuroscience says about it. What does philosophy say about where does inspiration originate from? And if you think about philosophy, there is ancient philosophy and Eastern philosophy, which majorly talks about inspiration. And in ancient thought or in ancient philosophy, they say that it is derived by you losing the sense of self. It comes to you when it's like divine madness sent to you by gods or something to pursue something, and that's what universe wanted you to pursue, and you cannot help by not doing it. Like whatever else you try other than your true inspiration, you'll keep failing at it. And universe will make sure that you take that U-turn to go ahead and pursue that. And some people achieve success very easily, and some people have to fail at 5 6 different things to learn things to achieve something. And that's all it is about, that those people were able to listen to their thoughts and listen to their true inspiration, which was not driven by science or um any society or anything that is cool right now and all. Like there are thousands of people who are making videos on YouTube, including me, and a lot of them are driven by the algorithm that I want to do this, I really want to do this and all. And then there are people who this will never be their paid or income source, and they just got this natural instinct that I really should create a video about it, because then it'll give me another excuse to go deeper into the knowledge of things that I don't know, like I can maybe help someone or something. But that's also like a desire, and there is no excuse. So yeah, that's what ancient thought believes, that you cannot help it other than pursuing it. So that's what it is. In Eastern thought, it's pretty interesting. They believe that it arises when the sense of self is gone, but there is no barrier in between. So there is no barrier between you and the universe. The self is itself a barrier. That is all the thoughts that are given to you by society. That is all the thoughts when you're thinking about yourself, that this body, I really want to do something for this body. I wanted to get to the comfortable space. I really want to do something for myself, my parents, my things, my. And all those thoughts are not there when you're sometimes in silence and the thought of self is gone. That's where your genuine inspiration comes forward to you. And then once you see it, it will just naturally pulls you, and it will keep pulling you till you do that. What does spirituality says, that where does this sense of inspiration comes from? They say that when the sense of ego goes away, uh, you directly get connected with God to do God's work, and the art and the action becomes quite effortless to you, because then there is some universal power which wanted you to do this thing. And it is like people will start calling you lucky. You will see that things that were too tough for those people, all the problems and all, it just is like a minor problem for you, and you are able to find solutions pretty quickly. And that's what spirituality says, that when you see your true inspiration, it's very easy to walk that path. Easy and hard is again a measurable thing that society have given us. But yeah, it becomes like quite effortless for you. And once you find that, the sense of self is gone, and once you're walking that path, you really stop caring about the end result, that will I gain freedom from it, will I gain some kind of security, or financial freedom or financial security, or anything that is end result. You're just gonna be so involved in the doing. And like they believe that again, it comes from universe, it comes from a void, or some source shows it to you that this is what your path is, and then you cannot help but do it. But you are never the source of it. In fact, you are not the doer. So spirituality believes that you are not the doer who does it, and like you are not the creator of a art, so you are not the artist. You are neither the art. You are more of a tool, like a pencil, which is creating art for universe. Like if there is a particular thing, an idea that need to come in existence, it will come through you, and that what was written as your destiny. And you just can enjoy being a silent observer without judgment. You can be a silent observer to your own doings, and you will feel that, oh, you are seeing the best movie, or you are seeing the best miracle at play. And that's what spirituality believes, that that's where inspiration or the source of inspiration is. So yeah, I think this particular video, it was quite a large one, but yeah, I think this can help someone in future, maybe uh, help them navigate through their own inspirations and help them figure out that what is their own innocent desire or inspiration is.